Hello everyone and welcome back to Do We Know Them? Episode 106. Season 2, episode 6.
Yeah. Did we get any finite suggestions on that?
No, I think there was people saying that they like season 2, they like works. I don't think people really care as long as we count.
It's not very helpful. Today's episode may not be long because it's like one main topic, then we have a little topic, then we have our We Love the Internet, which have we decided to do that once a week? Are we doing it twice a week? Only when we remember?
Oh, we didn't do it last week.
We did not. I'm like, what are we doing here?
The plan is to do it every week. I didn't realize we forgot, but I guess that's kind of the definition of forgetting. So.
That is. But we do have a topic that, oh my God, it is so weird. I don't even know, because we have different categories of weird. We have weird disturbing, we have weird heavy, we have just weird. I don't even know what kind of category this is in, but wow, TikTok, it's just the gift that keeps on giving.
It brings out some interesting stories. I mean, should we start with the short one?
Sure.
I have to look it up really fast. But disclaimer that I haven't done a bunch of research into this. I don't think there's much research required. I think it's just kind of like an update. But you guys might remember the episode where we covered Eel Pit Guy and Mining Under the House Woman, which, I mean, I forgot that was like one of the ones we randomly got claimed for. It was an accident, but...
Yeah. And she just popped up on my For You page, I want to say like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, like her old videos of her like introducing and talking about like the skills that she's learned. Because if you guys don't remember, it's a woman that just started building underground in her suburban home. Like she just went downwards and onwards and just started building a whole tunnel.
And we weren't really well researched in the topic to begin with because...
Impossible.
Right? Like I knew that it was in a suburban neighborhood, but we didn't know like her qualifications, like if it was legal to be doing what she was doing.
We did say that it seemed like she did know what she was doing. It didn't seem like she had no clue.
Correct. We said, is this allowed? We don't know, but it does seem like she knows what she's doing.
I trusted her.
There's this lady that under her residential suburban home,
she has an underground tunnel.
I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel.
So this is quite the project.
I just got tired watching that.
Are you allowed to do this?
Honestly, she's doing it very legitly, so I'm like, good for you, girly.
Because she keeps saying tunneling, like a tunnel system. Are you going under other people's houses? Does your property not end underground? I'm confused with like the property line.
You know she is. She's going into her neighbors, everybody's shit.
Hopefully she's not neighbors with Eel Pit Guy. What if she runs into that?
Honestly, I feel like this is such a bad idea on a lot of levels, but mostly, yes, you have the whole thing of going into other people's properties, but also the probability of running into a pipe, a line of something that you're gonna fuck up royal. Like she's just like, I just cut a hole and went.
She looked like she did know, but plot twist, apparently she didn't.
Wait, she doesn't know what she's doing? Did everything crumble?
I don't think it was like, no, I think she just got like, people told her to stop, but apparently she's not like an engineer in that capacity.
Oh, well, isn't she like a software engineer or something? Not like
Exactly. Like she is an engineer, but not in the way that made her qualified to be digging a bunch of...
Interesting. That being said, she kind of slayed, so...
Right? I mean, she had my support. In terms of it being like dangerous, it seems like she
knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I was like, she
agree.
seems like she's kind of an expert at this. So like, I don't really doubt her skills to do it. I just question the legalities about it, I guess.
And also, why?
That's another question that came to mind, but live your dreams.
She had like pulleys and all sorts of things happening.
My main concern was, are you allowed to do that? Like, where does the property line
Well, there's
end?
no way. There's no way she was allowed to do that. I kind of felt that way from the beginning. I was like, I mean,
but
slay
then
away,
that
queen,
just begs the question, and like this happens a lot, I feel like, when people do stuff and post about it online, like they're gonna get caught eventually. Like someone's going to see. Are you allowed to do this?
How's anybody gonna know?
TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Oops. I mean... Yeah, but at the same time, she went on for around a year.
I think she was probably just like, people were so impressed that no one really raised a red flag. So this person is named Ashley Ray. I don't know who this person is, but apparently this thread it has 121,000 likes. So this is where people are getting their information from. It starts by quote tweeting this video. This is the same video we reacted to the first time, but for a recap, we'll watch again.
It's just been over a year since I started building my underground tunnel system.
So no one ever.
This is a one-year recap. In August of 22, I cut an opening off the side of the sub-basement and started to carve into the solid rock. Fabricated an elevator to lift material, 1,000 pounds at a time.
That's fucking insane.
As the entrance tunnel stretched longer and deeper, I bought an electric yard cart and converted it into a minecart. I used hundreds of concrete blocks and yards of hand-mixed concrete for the 30-foot entrance tunnel.
One question that I don't think I ever got answered, how did she just like have a bunch of money that she like just had a fortune she was going out of? Like, how did she afford this? Because it feels like this was her full-time job.
I'm less wondering about the money and more wondering how she has the energy. You know how they say like you and Beyonce both have the same 24 hours in a day? And it's like, me and this lady have the same 24 hours and I could never. I mean, I don't care how much coffee I drink in a day. I can't get this done.
I mean, I would agree, but like I just said, it feels like this is her full-time job. So I don't know how she has the energy, but also
Ain't no,
how
who's
she has...
paying her? Her house?
That's my point. Like, how does she have the money to be doing it? Because it seems like this is taking all of her focus. So like...
Honestly, the way she's so nonchalant about it, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a very, very part-time for her, because she did mention somewhere, if I remember correctly, that like she's been doing it little by little. It's not like she does it 8 hours a day.
I guess we're only seeing like the progress update where she's showing like everything
whole
she's
ass
done over
tunnel.
a year. So you might be right. But anyway, this person, Ashley Ray, says, yeah, she's not a real engineer. She's a software engineer who read some FEMA books and takes advice from people in the comments. And anyway, she got shut down. Also, she's in Virginia, and all the FEMA books she was using were for Midwest bunkers. She ripped a letter from her HOA on... Oh, so HOA told her to stop, and she ripped up a letter, I'm assuming?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think so. Oh, I want to see that.
It was on live, so I don't think... Maybe someone recorded it. We'll insert here if I find it. She doesn't even have a full acre of property. She's absolutely going to fuck her neighbors over. I saw this and started Googling. Y'all saw this and said, go girl boss, build that sinkhole. So this person is saying everyone saw this and was like, yeah, go girl boss, build that sinkhole. Because I brought that up too. Like literally, I was like, well, I mean, it's cool, I guess, but feels dangerous.
I think I actually said, wouldn't that cause a sinkhole? Didn't an old man do this and cause a sinkhole in the road that killed someone? Jesus, that's not funny, but I'm just like, holy shit.
If she's going deep enough down, would it affect it?
I think so. Like, I feel like it's like the butterfly effect. It's just like you do one thing and then it causes something a block down. Isn't that... I don't know.
You did.
Because it's the butterfly effect. You do something on one side, down a block, the whole house gets swallowed up. You're like, oops.
I love that you reference the butterfly effect, because all I can think of is the Ashton Kutcher movie.
Oh my God, that movie ruined me psychologically as a child. But anyway.
Do you remember when they killed the dog?
How could I forget? Any movie that kills a dog can go to fucking hell in my eyes.
I know. Like, there's never a reason for that to happen.
Yeah, no, I can't deal with it. But yeah, no, I do think we were very much on, Slay Queen territory with our video and our opinion.
We were like Slay Queen with some reservations that were like, is this allowed? Is this going to cause a sinkhole?
Do you have a permit for this?
That's what I asked. I'm like, is this allowed? And are you going, how far out are you going? Or are you just going more down?
I feel like this may be illegal, but I'm not sure.
If it's not illegal, carry on. But we were confident in her skills because she seemed so confident that we were like, well, it must be fine. I guess it wasn't.
Oh.
She goes, also, Twitter is late as hell, and I'm not even on TikTok like that. There's a whole Reddit thread where people figured out where she lives from the Home Depot she goes to and stuff she ordered. And one time she said her area was impacted by a hurricane, and people were like, is a network of underground tunnels smart in an area that floods? Yeah, I would venture to say probably no.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I would have been like, wouldn't that keep you safe from the floods? But no, of course not, right? You would be in the flood.
Meanwhile, you were criticizing Eel Guy for the walls getting like
moist,
soaking in the water.
Yep, you're right. How is his house not falling down with all the like water in the basement, which is like the foundation of your home?
Well, because I think he built it in a basement, so it's like if he has the spot where the water is reinforced, then it wouldn't seep out to the sides.
It's soggy. It's gonna make the walls soggy.
But
the walls are cement. You can't keep walls soggy.
I'm not a construction expert, so
something's gonna be moldy or fucked up here. Like, this stresses me the fuck out as a homeowner.
She's building here an area that often has tropical storms from hurricanes. Why, lady, why? Apology, she's not even a software engineer, so she's no kind of engineer.
Wait, how does she know all of this?
Honestly, I don't think being a software engineer would have qualified her at all, so I don't really know why that matters.
Is this just from an article? I think so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, despite what her TikTok username suggests, Kayla does not have a formal background in engineering. She said she studied business and finance in school and has spent most of her professional life working in information technology, but her passions lie in civil and mechanical engineering. She has done most of the tunnel work herself, occasionally tapping friends to assist. I can't imagine one friend that would, if I was like, hey, will you help me build this tunnel under my house? None of
She
them
has
would
good
say
friends. I can't even get my friends to come and like help me paint.
Right? Like, absolutely not. It doesn't take much for me to pick up a skill, Kayla said. I can often learn skills just by doing it. with minimal instruction.
Honestly, I totally believe her. Look at how neat all her shit was. I'm not saying it was right or that she didn't cause some like structural issues, but like that was like so neat. If I put 3 concrete
it was
blocks
very
together,
impressive
it would look
for
like
someone that's not trained in mechanical or in engineering. Yeah, I'll agree. So someone says, I spoke with Kayla, the Tunnel Girl's migrant neighbors last month. The same neighbors she poked fun at for being ignorant of what she was doing. They were worried about their safety. I know some began lodging complaints after we talked. Kayla now says the inspectors shut her down. Yeah, that kind of
I mean, Kayla girl, we all saw that coming. It was a good ride, you know, you had fun, you did your little thing, and now it's time to shut it down.
Speaking of shutting things down, Jesse and I didn't see this next video until after we finished filming, and we would have loved to give a reaction because we had quite the reaction, but unfortunately we don't have time, so you're getting this voiceover. Here it is.
Good morning. I need a moment to pull over. Just give me a second. Are you sure that's what they said? They're from the city? Yeah, I'm not available right now. Can you see if they'll come back tomorrow? Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's fine. Okay, bye. Hello.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning.
I don't know if you remember me, I'm Jack Smith.
Yes.
I'm a Bayport, building official. This is Jimmy Jones with the zoning department and Brian with inspections.
What can I do for you?
We have some complaints, basically of some construction going on. And we were just here, basically, to find out if there is and see what needs to be done.
What kind of construction?
Basically, they said it's excavation. That you're pulling stuff out of the basement.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can we go down and take a look?
Sure.
Okay.
So they did give me a stop work order and are requiring an immediate evaluation by a professional engineer. Fortunately, contrary to few rumors here, it is constructed entirely below the slab of my house, and it shouldn't be too hard to get the permits and approval. So we'll be working on that.
Yeah, so first of all, yes, that was a dramatic reenactment of the inspector showing up at her house. I think my favorite lines, though, are, what kind of construction? And then when they say that she's pulling stuff out of her basement, she says, yeah, a little bit. Are you kidding? Ma'am, you have a mine underneath your house. A little bit? Girly Pop, I think there's a lot of bit coming out of your basement based on the TikToks you've been posting for the last year. Oh my God, this is insane. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that short film, and we'll discuss it next episode a little bit because it's too good. Okay, back to the episode. I guess my question is though, now what? Do they fill it in? What do you do with it?
There's already a gaping hole, so I don't know. They could technically just fill it with a bunch of concrete, right?
I guess.
What a waste of resources,
would
though.
Be expensive.
Yeah.
Or like, did they just like shut off the entrance and then like years later someone's gonna find this like creepy ass tunnel?
That's more likely. You know what's interesting is we didn't really get any side of the story when we had covered it because I don't think it was out there, or maybe it was and we just didn't see it, of like her being kind of a menace, low-key, like ripping up the HOA thing and like telling her neighbors to go fuck off. Yeah. Not literally, but like figuratively. That's much more of an issue than anything else that we covered, because it's like you do whatever you want on your property, but yeah, once it starts affecting neighbors, your HOA and your neighbors have a right to tell you like, hey, can you stop? If I found out one of my neighbors was building an underground tunnel, I would be horrified. Like, it's just weird.
Well, I don't know how like sound would have been traveling, but like, what if someone was underneath me right now? Like, however many feet down,
it would be loud
fucking
as fuck.
Drilling in a wall. Like, wouldn't I be able to feel that or something?
Absolutely. There's no way you wouldn't be able to feel that.
My name is Aura Abogado, and I'm an investigative reporter. Several weeks ago, after I noticed that Kayla had posted a video of one of her neighbors without his consent, and that she had made really clear that her neighbors had no idea what was going on, I found out where she lived, and I noticed that almost all of her neighbors are Central American migrants or first-gen immigrants. I began contacting them. Most of them are Spanish language speakers, and not one knew about this tunnel project. They're really worried about their health and their safety. They talk to me about noise, like tremendous noise, essentially noise pollution. and shaking, like just random shaking in the ground that they didn't realize where it was coming from. Several neighbors expressed to me that they were worried about reporting anything because they don't want to get entangled with immigration authorities and they don't want to be deported.
I don't know. And I just, again, like my biggest thing that I brought up the last time, I think, was the property lines. Like, I feel like it's not like if you go down first, you can go like build as much as you want.
And it's one thing that she's not a professional. It's another thing to act allegedly pompous and shit when someone is like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, they don't get it. Like, that's what they're alleging that she did. And it's like
don't question
girl,
my
I
art.
don't think you get it either. It's one thing, again, to do whatever you want in your house. This just seems so ultimately unnecessary. Like, I feel like there's so many other ways you could channel engineering or like construction hobbies, or like she said she enjoyed learning about electrical stuff. Do that like in other ways.
Build a fucking eel pit.
Well, that might be a problem too. See, that's different because that was already in his house. Like, he didn't have to build out.
Exactly.
a whole
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. Like, she could have just built something in her basement. She didn't have to dig out.
Yeah, and also we said it when we first reacted to her. There's no way she stayed within her property lines. Like, unless she lives on like 15 acres of
No.
land.
I'm curious, like, what if she just kept building down?
It didn't look like it.
Is that allowed?
And she says suburban neighborhood, and as someone who lives in a suburban neighborhood, we're real close together. Like, you're definitely
Yeah.
reaching your neighbors in no time.
I guess it varies for what state you're in, but it's like I wouldn't have to go 10 feet that way and I'd be under my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
By the way, I just wanted to chime in here and show you guys how the layout of the neighborhood is and where these other houses are. And while yes, there is room behind, so maybe she could have been going like back and not underneath the houses. You know, it's a little too close for comfort if you ask me, if I was one of the neighbors. But anyway, by the way, if you're wondering about my eye makeup that gets progressively more smeared throughout the episode, I'm also wondering about that. I don't know what happened and I didn't notice until after. So that's fun. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. So back to the episode. Want to watch this? I think it's someone talking about her neighbors.
Turns out that, yes, she's a real person and she's all over social. Like, she has a different TikTok account. She has a Facebook account, Insta, you name it. I found that she has a Twitter account and she follows a whole bunch of the Trump family members and has also liked some of Donald Trump's contributions. So there's that.
Dun, dun, dun.
But, you know, what she's saying in her TikToks really seems to bear out. There is evidence that there really was construction of this big sub-basement in her home several years ago. Also evidence of this enormous addition to her home also a few years ago. And if you're interested in like why she had a green screen in her original sub-basement, or I don't know, the childhood A-frame home, or the ice bucket challenge, like this is all over social and or public records. And it's out there. So let me know if you're interested.
Yeah,
in
we're
this stuff. I
interested.
don't
What
know.
are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Fuck, tell us
but
more.
I assumed, like, if I figure out who she is, then that's gonna let me better understand why she's building this tunnel. And my conclusion is what I started with, which is that she wants to and she can. But I did find some other interesting things about Kayla.
See, actually, that is an interesting aspect that I don't think most people, like, people did say, like, why are you doing this? But then I feel like they just accepted that it was, like, because she wants to.
I think we even accepted that. We read that and I was like, all right, well, go off then.
I don't know, my mind first and I don't think I voiced this opinion the last time, but, like, my mind kind of first goes to, like, Doomsday Bunker. She also could be, like, a Doomsday person that's, like, building this bunker for, like, the apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so confused. She just mentioned so many things that, fuck, we don't know about that.
I know, here, well, there's more.
Public records indicate that there are some roommates in the home. Kayla is the sole owner, the sole property owner. And so I'm guessing like they pay rent.
Could you imagine if you started renting a room in a house and then found out that the owner was building like an extensive tunnel system underneath?
I don't know. Also, one of those roommates seems to work for or has recently worked for a company out of that home that also lists its agents as, among others, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. So there's that. Her neighbors are also largely people of color. namely mostly migrants from Central America who speak Espanol. And Kayla's
Hilaria?
been
No, I'm just
like,
kidding.
very clear on her videos that she's not telling her neighbors anything that's happening. And it was hard to kind of figure out who her direct neighbor is because this home is located in it's almost like a cul-de-sac driveway. It's sort of hard to explain, but the home is encircled by all of these other homes. So it's hard to find on like Google Maps, for example, until you realize like, oh, wait, you can see through all of those people's yards. And so you can see like the additions to her home over the years. It definitely made for some interesting viewing. But I do wonder about her neighbors, especially people like right next door to her. I'm thinking about contacting them. I don't know. Because I feel like it's one thing to build a giant Susie Pesto type of tunnel under your home.
Susie Pesto?
What? I feel like that reference does not match up at all.
I'm convinced she's doing a shtick where she just throws in a random thing every like 2 sentences just to throw people off. It's like, wait a second, Susie Pesto. She just wants to make sure people are listening. And also, please, like, my gosh, I hate that people do this. I even hate when journalists do this. Like when people break stories and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of people outside of their house or trying to interview them. Let's not take internet things in real life. Like there is no world where I would ever in a million years call someone or show up at their door or anything. Even an email to me feels invasive. I'm like, I just feel like that's just such a weird thing to do, to take it in real life like that.
I agree 99% of the time. I get why you would maybe think that the neighbors should know because, again, like if this is somewhere where it's like there's tropical storms and stuff.
I wish her well, but also she's a menace to herself and others around her.
Yeah, it sounds like we just got the very like, oh, look at this cool, quirky tunnel
For
situation and didn't know that there was more nefarious things going on maybe. But anyway, she's been shut down.
But how do we know she's been shut? Like, to what extent has she been shut down? Just the city told her to stop?
It said inspectors told her to stop. Here, there was a NBC article that linked. This woman is building a tunnel under her house and documenting it. TikTok users have questions. Understandable. I wouldn't say doomsday bunker because I'm not really a prepper or concerned with that kind of thing at all. But I just thought it would be neat to have a little protective shelter area.
That's what a bunker is.
Sounds like a doomsday bunker, but you know.
I have so many questions too. Like she could be a homeowner, but you don't actually own your home until you pay it off. And even when you do pay it off, if you don't pay your taxes, it's immediately like the property of the city or the government or whatever. So it's like, you don't have the right, just because you're a homeowner, like you don't have the right to do whatever the fuck you want in your home. That's not how that works.
Well, and especially when you're crossing into other people's properties.
She went underground like a fucking little gopher. What is the animal that goes underground? She's
mole,
like, this
a
is
mole.
not a problem.
It seems like she feels like she found a loophole because she like went down first, but it's like, no, you gotta stay, which and brings me back to my question. What if she just kept going down? Would that be allowed?
Where's she gonna go? To China? Like, how do you can't keep digging. You're gonna reach the core.
Well, no, the reason I think that is also because during my like year-long Jeffrey Epstein research, one of the most interesting things that I found, I had it all like at the front of my brain when I was looking at it, but now it's been over a year. There was one place that I found out that he had like donated money to. It was so weird. And one of the things that they offered was that they built these like bunkers. It was like a doomsday bunker basically, but it was this like insane, like, oh shit, what is the name of the thing? Because it would be super easy to find on the website. I found it. While I was researching, I found out that he was like, I want to say he was even named as like a special like board member of this place, but he for sure had donated like around $100,000 to it. And it wasn't long before he ended up dying, but it's called the Lifeboat Foundation. There's a bunch of weird shit on this website, and it talks about like, basically it's people like prepping for like if aliens come. There's a whole thing on like how you would communicate with them. There's a thing on like space habitats, but then specifically there's this whole thing about these biospheres that you can like buy that they'll make, and look how deep that goes.
Yeah, it's like what, 9 stories, something like that.
It's like so they can literally like live forever just underground.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't want to live forever underground.
Right? Like, if the world's gonna be gone, then, like, let's just go
Oh my
with
God,
it.
I've always said that. If the apocalypse comes, just take me out immediately. I don't want to suffer.
Oh my God, the people that, like, strive so, like, where it's just, like, they will do anything to survive. I literally would just be like,
My life literally
Here's my
depends
flag.
on my Zoloft prescription. If I can't fill that, you're just going to have to take me out. I can't.
I mean, I even, to the point, like, when I'm watching horror movies and people try so hard hard to survive, I would give up fast. I'm like, it's just, you can take me.
You know
it's
what's
fine.
hard is that I have children, so I know annoyingly I would fight just for them. But if it was just me, I would just curl up in a ball and be like, just take me now.
Right? I'd be like, I give up.
Yeah, like that looks claustrophobic. That looks like a 1-bedroom, maybe like a studio apartment repeated in circles underground. Absolutely not.
Well, and it even says a bunker can be quite large, such as biosphere too. A large bunker would be a place where babies are born and children play and go to school.
Oh, that's freaky. No. Would they be able to go outside with this, or it's literally underground forever?
No, I think it's supposed to be like, if there's like a natural disaster, or not natural, but like a chemical disaster or like a world war or something, that they can live in here for the rest
It's like
of time.
the show The 100. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah. I haven't like seen.
But
the
they
whole
went
thing,
to
but I
space
know
to
what
get
it's
away
about.
from like the atmosphere, like the toxic atmosphere or whatever.
There's other parts of this website where that is the other plan.
But yeah, if I can't, just the thought of it, it's making me claustrophobic. The thought of not having fresh air, and that's from someone that barely leaves my house. But like, I need to know that I can get fresh air.
Examples of what you can contribute. Oh my God, she would be perfect for this. Youth and good genes. This is a real website.
That is scary.
Lifeboat.com. Check it out if you want to feed your inner conspiracy theorist. Jeffrey Epstein's whole thing is like he wanted to like freeze his sperm and like repopulate. It's basically a lot of like eugenics and weird. Did you know there's literally, this is real, this is an actual thing that exists, that they have frozen the sperm of Nobel Prize winners?
I'm gonna need you to elaborate. How many of them? Just like, is it a thing that regularly occurs? Is it one person?
Not like every single one, no.
They
but
get
it's
the Nobel
like,
Prize. They go down. It's like, can you ejaculate into this cup, please, sir?
It's like, okay, you win the prize. Now go in the bathroom. Use
You'll
this cup.
find some fun little magazines.
But truly, like, isn't that so, like, even just the concept is so
Well, I just need you to elaborate.
dystopian
I don't know
and-
what you're talking. Like, what?
It's been so long since I researched, but the only contributor who became publicly known was William Shockley, who was an American inventor, physicist, and eugenicist.
Oh, there you go.
The amount of weird rabbit holes I've gone down are endless, and they all end up fucking connecting back to each other. But Epstein was very into like cryogenics and preserving, like using good genes and like having a new population of like geniuses. And
Well, the good news is it worked out great for him. So moving on to our next topic. What's interesting is that one of the other topics I was going to cover was a spirituality, very bizarre situation that I need to do a little bit more research on before we cover, but we will cover it because, wow, very weird. But TikTok has no shortage of strange dramas happening in the spiritual realm, whether it's psychics or people who claim to be clairvoyant or tarot card readers or anything. And here, full disclosure, like I have nothing against any of that. I feel like I've been super open about that with like psychics and stuff. I've paid for psychics. I don't know. I don't think I'm like selling my soul to the devil if someone reads my tarot cards. You know what I mean? Like I'm very just like whatever about it.
as soon as you started saying that, my light started.
Oh my God, stop it.
It's the ghost of Nick O'Connell.
But anyway, one thing that is for sure, whether you agree and think that psychics are real or you don't, because there's obviously very differing opinions on this, and whatever you feel, I don't care. I have no real investment in it. There is a lot of room for scamming in this community. I feel like just the nature of it just opens people up to being scammed.
That's the reason I am such a skeptic, is because so many times and like things that people believe are proved to be scams.
Yeah, and it feels like that would be the last place that people would get scammed, because it seems like such bad vibes to do that to someone, is like pretend you're talking to someone that's dead, or, you know.
But it's that people like want so badly to be able to do that they are like in a vulnerable.
Do you think they trick themselves
position
into
that
doing it,
they're-
or do you think they're doing it in bad faith? Like allegedly those like Cody and Satori, what was it? Sam and Colby?
Oh no, I think the people like the ones saying that they're psychics, I think that they're doing it in bad faith 99% of the time. I don't think they just like think that they are and aren't, I guess. But like more so I'm saying that the people seeking that kind of psychic reading, they're really desperate to get some kind of sign or closure or whatever they're seeking out from, if it's someone who has passed away or like something about their future. So they're in a vulnerable state where they're willing to accept things that maybe they should be a little more skeptical
Right.
of.
Yeah, totally. But it just feels, it feels like right up there with people who scam the elderly because they're so gullible. It's like, Jesus, why would you get people at such a vulnerable
100%.
state? It's just so fucked up. But anyway, so this situation involves someone from the spiritual community, but it all surrounds this page called Dopahontas is her name. I know. We're going on a journey, girl. Just strap in. But Dopahanis, I don't know her deal. I know like her top pin videos are of her dog and stuff. I'm really like not familiar with her page and whether or not she is a spiritual like guru or something herself. She just has a popular account with 799,000 followers. She seems to post a lot of different stuff. And the reason why we're even talking about her is because she actually gets hit, if you will, with people who are actually stealing her intellectual property. So there's going to be some crossover here because, you know, we've got some experience. But basically what people do to her is they will make new TikTok accounts, which is actually a thing that happens on TikTok a lot. And they'll make these new TikTok accounts. They'll post literally the same TikTok she posts on her account, have the same name.
So they like mirror the account.
Exactly. So they'll literally just copy your page, which when we've talked about fair use, that is not fair use. You know, reposting someone's video or like stitching it and then not contributing anything to, like, literally, have you seen those videos of people doing ASMR stuff or just like a random game? They're playing a game and then it's someone's video playing on the side.
There's this one post in particular that went viral on Twitter where it was a guy being like, come to work with me today. And he, oh my God, I hate it so much. I think I retweeted it. I might be able to find it.
In the life of a $20,000 a month TikTok clipper, first thing I do when I get into my office is write down my daily goals. Today I wanted to get 1 million views in a day and make at least $500. I also wanted to start a new page since all my other ones are currently doing really well. So after doing so, I go and sit at my desk, pull my phone out and get ready to start my shift. The first thing I do is go and search for popular YouTubers to screen record. After watching their video for a minute or two, I end the screen recording and crop the video so that it fits the screen. Then I go and screen record GTA gameplay to film the cars rolling down the hill, and then crop it the same way I did with the other one. Then I open up CapCut and start a new project. After importing the first video, you go to overlays to add the second one on top. Then you want to click ratio at the bottom and select the TikTok option. This is so you can put the GTA gameplay at the bottom and the main video at the top. Then you want to go to auto captions and start using this format. These settings are going to create the best subtitles for you. Then you want to export your video, go over to your TikTok page and upload it. One of my videos last month made me $1,200 from one video. If you want to learn from me and how I do what I do, you can join the free Discord in my bio.
It's like him going into an office where he has like a bunch of computers and stuff, which I find ironic because then he's like, this is what I do as a content creator. And then he sits down at his desk and doesn't go on the computer because he just whips out his phone. And he shows how, like, what his work process is. And it's that he goes and screen records YouTube videos and then just finds another video and puts it on top of it and then he posts it.
Yeah, you're not a content creator. You're re-uploading people's content.
And he was defending it. Like, people were ripping him apart, but it was the weirdest thing because he very much was like, I'm just giving the content creator that made it promotion though. You're not though, because maybe they're following your account because they're not seeking out the original.
Okay, so that was one of the main things we talked about in our whole debacle where it was like people being able to watch the content, the originating content in its entirety and also you not interrupting it or adding on to it and they're just able to sit and watch a video that is not yours. That is where it's like, okay, that's their copyrighted stuff. When we're reacting to like what we're about to react to right now, we have a lot of thoughts. We're stopping, we're adding things on, we're adding context, we're giving our thoughts. That's all transformative content. So when you're just re-uploading someone's entire shit, obviously that's a problem, but it's not just a problem because of that. It was a problem because on that fake page, what they would have is a link to tarot card readings.
So it mirrored her exact page, so everything looks the same and it makes it look legit because it is like all her captions and you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference. But then the only difference is that there's an added link that asks for money.
Exactly. And also shout out to Marky for like putting this on my radar because I had no idea about this. And this apparently happened like weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely never heard of Dopahanis.
Yeah, so we're going to be watching these creators' videos, but we're also going to be watching bits and pieces of Marky's video. It's Inception, commentator Inception.
Yeah, it was like double fair use.
I only have a TikTok and I only have an Instagram. I'm about to just pin this to the top of my profile. You know, this is happening to so many creators, right? This ain't just me, but this is happening to so many creators.
So one thing that she had to do because these fake pages kept popping up is she had to keep clarifying like, it's me, like this is my real account, this is my face saying this is my username, which I find so fucking annoying. Like it would bother me so much if that was the case for us.
What I find interesting is, not to bring up our Janet situation also, but many of you know that Jamie Grayson, he's the one that is the CPST that is the reason that Lauren the Mortician, why all of that started. His account on TikTok was taken down and he had like 100,000 followers. So he has another account now that he's trying to build up because he still has not been able to get the other one back. But a lot of his content gets flagged and deleted because it says that it's like not original content or it's like duplicated or something because he is the one that originally posted
That
it.
is so annoying because then there's people like this that completely get away with it. But yeah, she had to keep clarifying like, nope, it's me.
Honestly, even Kitty had her account. She has like, there's an impersonator one. That's why she puts those like bugs in her comments so people know that it's actually her.
So after she posted multiple times about having fake pages, I guess her followers did some digging and ended up finding out who was behind one of the fake pages.
So I think I might have found who is behind stealing my videos. Check this out. One of my lovely followers took it upon themselves to tag another fake page that they found. So I went to the little website link, then I found her email. So I typed her email into Google. And it's even the email that's linked to that fake page pretending to be me. So anyway, I clicked that little link because that's the website that pulled up. Same website, as you can see. It's a scammer trying to scam people out of their money. Well, I clicked the link to the YouTube and guess who I found? Y'all gonna laugh. Look, look at this. Karma bites. Did you not think I was going to find you? Did you not think I was going to figure out who has been impersonating me and making all these fake profiles trying to get money out of people? Girl, that is sick. Girl, Wait, hold up. Is this you? Is this your TikTok page? It must be your TikTok page because it actually is linked to your Instagram page where you are offering readings to your followers.
You went to all this trouble to mirror someone's account, but you couldn't make another email address?
Well, one thing you're going to get to know about Miss Karma Bites, which is her username.
Shaniqua?
Yes. Whatever you think she is going to do, you're wrong. You're fucking wrong. I know that we've been through it with people coming after us for covering them. I'm scared, girl.
Oh no. How does one choose who they're gonna like do this to?
Well, that's the thing. So it seems like Dopahanis is not even in the spiritual world. So here's the thing. Again, these communities are super prone to scamming. And I personally know someone. Her name is Megan Lemons. She was on Vine with me for years. She actually watches this show. Hey girl, if you're watching. She's Daddy Lemons on TikTok. And I think she has over 1 million followers. And she does readings, right? So she'll do readings with her followers, and always around the times of her lives when she's doing the readings, other people who are scamming will message the people that are getting the readings done currently and other people that might be interested in those readings and will try to scam them that way. Even if they don't do readings themselves, it'll be people like taking all of her content. That happens to her all the time too, and they will offer readings, but then they'll get the money and not do the reading. It's a whole fucking mess.
They go somewhere where the audience is already looking for that and they're just like, hey, I have it over here too.
Exactly. This is why this is so confusing because Dopahanis doesn't do readings from my understanding. She's not necessarily even in the spiritual world. I don't know. This girl just saw her and said, it's you. You're the one that I'm coming for. And then linked her personal email, which I mean, Jesus.
I'm like, come on, one more step.
It takes 2 seconds to start a Gmail account too. It's like, you could do it.
I guess it's no different when you think of like people that get catfished. Like, how do they choose? Like,
honestly, that's
I
a really
choose
good
you.
point. Yeah, I do agree. But then also at the same time, I can see how people who don't understand content, copyright, fair use, any of that, like literally see this as like big fucking deal. Like I was just reposting and it's my tarot cards. Like I'm gonna give them a reading. Like I could see how people don't understand how like re-uploading someone's content, posing as them essentially, but literally like you are posing as them. Like that is a huge deal.
But actually, now that you say that, like, why isn't like catfishing someone a crime?
Is it not? I mean, I guess
No,
it depends on how far it goes.
I mean, when you think of the show Catfish, like I've watched plenty of episodes, it's not like they ever get in trouble.
True.
With the internet, how it's developed and like how we've gotten to a point that people can like take your identity, it feels like it should be some level of identity theft.
I agree. All of the responses from Karma Bites have been deleted except for the latest one, which we will watch in just a moment. Don't you worry. Dopahanis is responding to this woman's, like she's stitching it so we could see the majority of what she said. And oh my fucking God, what is happening?
So Dopahanis publicly calls her out.
Yes, and those are still up. We love a queen who leaves up her responses. Thank you so much. We seriously appreciate it.
It's so frustrating when we try and cover something when everything's been deleted.
It's like, say it with your chest. Just leave it up. Especially when you see what she's about to say. You're like, girl, why didn't you leave that up? You really said it with your chest. So,
well, and also it's like if everything has been deleted and you can't find like re-uploads, then it's like, okay, we won't cover it. But it's frustrating when you can find them, but they're just like really hard to find.
Yep.
Should we like throw out a disclaimer now just in case and be like, guys, if you ever see Do We Know Them offering readings, it's not us.
I feel like they understand that. Honestly, I don't even think people would think it's that far-fetched that I would do it, but that Lily's doing a reading is not happening. I mean, I don't do readings, nor have I ever touched a tarot card in my life, but it's just more believable that I would do it.
Just throwing it out there in case Karma Bites comes for our brand.
Speaking of which, we currently have no merch for sale. If you see merch that says it's for sale by us, it's not.
The irony of that existing, like, in the midst of what the lawsuit is about, like, I just can't.
Yeah, so annoying. But anyway, okay, so this is her first response.
Yo, this is her.
Bitch.
Girl.
I get money from the state. I don't work. I'm tired of motherfucking
I
working.
bet you are.
How the fuck am I ever
That's why
gonna be
you
a
stole
star
all my
if I
stuff,
gotta
right?
work
Because you
20
tired of
40
working?
hours a motherfucking week when I can't put no time into my fucking music, when I need to go
Music?
to sleep, when I need to go to sleep. It's not gonna happen.
Oh
So
my
therefore,
God.
I'm letting
Oh my
everybody know
God.
there's ways for you to do any motherfucking thing. Didn't nobody get me in no studio. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be a motherfucking star. I'm gonna be the #1 R&B artist of all time, and I'm coming straight out of Indiana, and we.
Okay, you in Indiana. Got you. Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, looked at your subscriptions. That's interesting. Privacy is power. Hold on. What does this say? If you grew from it, don't return. Okay. Because you grown, right? Okay.
Quick pause. I know that was a little confusing. The rest of them aren't that confusing because she'll like stitch it and then respond. But what is it with people that are just generally horrific or doing something horrible, posting quotes about how other people are horrible or how they're like so at peace and other people are the worst? It's like, girl, for the love of God.
It's giving narcissism.
It's so funny because it's always something they need to hear, like directly.
Every single time. It's like, maybe take your own advice. Also, just the energy that we have seen so far is just screaming catfish. Like when the people that do the catfishing,
they get so aggressive
get caught and they get mad, and it's like you're the one that did this.
Like you literally ruined my life, bitch.
So you don't want to? You didn't want to meet me?
It's not that you might have feelings.
Do you know you ruined? Do you know you ruined my life? Girl, whatever. You ain't even got a job. Like you're not even worth my time.
Whatever.
Like
How y'all hear this?
obviously, I thought you loved me. Well, you thought wrong.
They're like, I was just bored. What the fuck?
But it gets so much worse.
Oh no.
I will spit in your face in real life. Who do you think you playing with, Dopahanas?
But you made fake accounts of me. How are you mad that you stole my content and made fake accounts? Scamming people. Pretending to be me. How are you mad? How are you mad that I actually did my research and called you out? How are you mad? How are you upset? And you're gonna sit up here and be mad at me that I didn't email you, and you're gonna sit up here and you're gonna threaten me via socials. Like, really? Girl. This is like... You know, there are rooms, you know, for people of this nature, like the padded soft ones.
There are some things that we filter, girl. You gotta take it back 3 steps. I'm gonna need you to do that. Thank you. But yeah, the girl's literally saying, I will spit on you in real life. It's like, what?
It's truly, this is like a very escalated version of catfish.
Right?
You initially met him and presumably lots of other people to scam them.
Yes, and paying my bills. So yeah, I did.
So you was talking to multiple people while you was talking to me? Like doing it with other people while you was talking to me at the same time?
Yeah, you don't have no money. You weren't going to pay my bills. How else am I supposed to do it?
Anyway, then there's another response.
It's the simple fact that you are a woman, sweetheart. You one of the very women that I wake up every single day to try to support and push and build women empowerment, and you gonna get online and bash me as if I'm not a human being? Like I'm not a person? Like you don't know, like you...
But you.
The more that you said the catfish thing, the more it actually does like track where it's just like, what? Why are you mad?
It is exactly the same.
She's like, I am a human being.
You literally like made someone fall in love with you and like took like years of their life, and it's like, what the fuck? I woke up every day and supported you.
I should be the good guy because I'm coming out. Ain't nobody else gonna come out and tell y'all this.
Who are you to tell women that they should expect to have their photos taken and shared to lure men for money?
You pissing me off.
Oh my God, this is too much.
Being? Like I'm not a person? Like you don't know, like you...
But yeah. Yeah, I said what I said. And I meant what I said. And I'm not sorry for what I said. But you should be sorry for what you did, though. Yeah. And you're not supporting me. I don't even know, like, how that would even be a thing when you stole my content. How would you be supporting me? Is that support? Is that what you call support?
Them views mean nothing to me. Your highest views was on a dog. You had 24 million on a dog. You posting your dog. Girl, do you know how easy that is to get them?
Oh. So you think that I got all of a sudden popular on TikTok?
She's referencing that one of her top videos is a video of her and her dog and like, I guess their like origin story. And it's like,
no, but is she implying that then she got big on TikTok because of her making another account with all of her TikToks?
I don't know, but she does at some point, I don't know if it's going to happen in this video. She does at some point insinuate that this girl just wants clout. And of course, it always goes to that. It's like, you were impersonating her. You are the one that quite literally wanted the clout.
Like, I don't even know how you could kind of do the gymnastics to get to that point.
You realize that this girl, either she's completely like full of shit for views and is just trying to like, I don't know, just throw spaghetti at a wall.
That's always my question with stuff like this, where it's like, do they know that this is absolutely insane, or are they doing it like just
The only reason I don't think this is intentional is because she deleted all of this. She deleted all of the responses. She has one TikTok on her page right now.
It makes me also wonder, like, for her to be openly admitting that she's doing that, and especially because she is making money off of it too, that has to be breaking some kind of law.
Well, that's assuming anyone bought the tarot readings. The website wasn't that legit.
You don't think Karma Bites was a raging success?
She made like $12, if that. But it's still disturbing, and obviously the possibility,
yeah, like it's crazy.
Disturbing.
Over a video that I posted back in August, and my page just miraculously blew up like that. That is not how that goes. I have been popping on TikTok for a long time. A long time.
How you speaking for yourself, but you bashing somebody else in the same sense, and you think that's gonna get you some respect?
When did I bash you? When did that happen? I must have missed that. Yeah, I thought I just like showed actual evidence. Which you didn't deny the entire video.
Oh my God. Stop playing with me, Trapahonis, Dopahonis, whatever the fuck you smoking on. Cause it's finna get you slapped. On my soul.
I love a good empty threat. What are you gonna do? Show up at my crib? What you gonna do? Also, how are you gonna say that you're supporting me and then try to threaten me in the same breath?
And my favorite is her like acting like she doesn't. She's like Trapahonis, Dopahonis, whatever your name is. I'm pretty sure you know the name because you stole the whole account.
Don't play with me at all, because I will sue you for defamation of character. Don't play with me, sweetheart.
When I saw that, I said, we're covering it.
No! Literally, this, I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel that different from what's happening.
I was gonna say, Karma Bites, I know a good lawyer if you need one. I could not, like, what is it with people? I saw, like, Nick Snyder actually posting about Jen Gerard's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend at this point, like, telling him, like, you've got a case against you. And I'm just like, what is it with people thinking that this is, like, the easiest thing to prove? And it's like, I'm gonna sue you for defamation. I thought that was, like, a thing, I wanna say, like, 5 years ago or 6 years ago, that used to be, like, a common thing that people would threaten people with until everyone realized it's, like, almost impossible to prove and it's very costly and pointless. And now we're back at it? What happened?
I think it must have been that like when the internet kind of continued to grow, it became like less possible to do it because like it's too hard to be able to track these kind of like isolated situations. Like, what would a judge say if you went and you were like, I'm trying to sue this person for defamation, and then you have to explain that the reason you think they defamed you was because you literally stole their account and were trying to make money off it?
When are you gonna learn
what do you
that
mean?
we're not allowed to say mean things on? You're not allowed to be a little meanie butt potato head. You gotta be a nice girl or you're gonna go to court.
You know, Dopahonis did show some strong contempt towards
and that
her,
is
so,
a criminal offense.
I think she has a case.
Don't play with me, sweetheart. You know nothing about me. Cause I'm a black woman in real life.
Good luck finding a lawyer after you just threatened to harm me and then in the same breath threatened to sue me. Yeah, good luck with that.
After stealing her account. Oh my God. And her being like, you don't know me. Yeah, that's because your account is her.
I don't know how the defamation suit is going, but where we end up, where do you think we ended up after here? I'll give you $10 if you're right.
She made it, I don't know.
What? What are you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
She made a new account.
Oh. When you said she made, my ears perked up. I thought you would get it right. No, she made a diss track. Hold on.
No, that was not gonna come out of my mouth.
I just don't think the lawsuit worked out, and she just said, well, to the microphone I go.
Well, I mean, she's gonna be the next huge R&B artist, so I mean, that makes sense. I'm stupid. I should have put 2 and 2 together.
Exactly, I agree. But this is literally the only TikTok on her page right now.
Ain't on my promise. I don't give a fuck who don't like me, bitch. Fuck how you feel. And now you feeling real haunted, so fuck your Bahamas. I grew up with piranhas, so bitch, you can't fuck with my comments. So next time you come for me, make sure you come by yourself, cause your fans can't afford any Hondas. Bitches be mad, they really be mad. They be throwing shade, they really be mad. I be speaking facts, I'm chosen, they sad to see. I don't care, I really be laughing, G.
Is she lip syncing to her own track, but she forgot the words like halfway through?
Did she forget them?
She stopped singing along, rapping along.
See, and here's the thing where it's like, at this point, you'd think, oh, she's a troll. Like, she's obviously doing this reviews for her music career, whatever the fuck she thinks she's gonna get out of this. But no, the comments are turned off. Trolls don't turn the comments off. That's one thing I know about them for sure. This is the one TikTok she has on her page. She deleted everything else, left this one thing up. I mean, what is going on here? What is her motive? I'm so interested to know.
Was this Karma Bites account? This is the one that had only Dopahannes stuff on it?
No, this was Karma Bites' like personal account.
So there is the other Dopahannes mirrored account still, does it still exist?
Oh, I don't know. Oh my God, look at how many Dopahanneses there are.
Because as soon as that starts, and I'm sure as soon as it got some traction, then people were like, ooh, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah, that's so annoying. I don't know if that particular one is up though, because they all look the same.
And like, why do they have followers?
I know. But yeah, I don't know what to make of this situation. I just think it's so funny that when she got like super pressed for it, people are telling you, we found out it was you, like there's evidence. She's just like, why would you even bash me like this? Like, I don't get it. We're both women. Girls supporting girls.
I think it was like during quarantine, I like randomly binged, like I hadn't watched Catfish in years, and then I watched like literally like 5 seasons in a week. They're so entertaining. One of them was like specifically, and I'm sure this happens in numerous episodes, the person catfishing, they were doing it for money. It wasn't just like, because some people do it just because they're assholes or like have weird issues. But this person was specifically doing it for money. So they would be asking them like, oh baby, like I need $50 to go do this. I need $20 to go do this. So they would get like Cash App or Venmos. And then you find out, because then eventually they did like reveal their true self. And I'm pretty sure it was like a guy pretending to be a girl. They were doing it to 20 people at once. They tried to like justify it like it wasn't a scam.
Have you talked to any other guys the way you've talked to Ryan?
What you mean?
Well, I mean, Ryan sent you $500.
Oh, yeah.
So other people sending you money too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody do. It's really nothing.
What's nothing though? Like what you keep saying is nothing.
So many people do that. It's like it ain't. I don't see how y'all not thanking me.
I don't understand, but it has to be, and I mean, we've said this with a few different like niches on the internet, but these people have to be wired differently in their brain. Like,
right?
Like to rationalize that is insane.
You're a scam artist.
You can't put it all on me because at the end of the day, you kept sending money even after you felt like something was strange.
To not only rationalize it, but then like defend it so passionately and be like proud of it.
I catfish people and I'm cool with it. You don't have to be cool with the things.
I just want to know, are you you're proud of it?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself because I do a damn good job.
And like her being like, well, like I don't have time to work because I have to do my music. So you think you're entitled to steal someone else's stuff and then get mad at them because they're mad at you?
She was honestly
like,
on the weirdest fucking roller coaster. She went from I'm gonna spit on you to like girls supporting girls. Like, why would you do this to me?
Women empowerment is insane.
And then what else did she say? Then she said she doesn't even know why she would come and bash her. Then she says, you don't know me, I'm a black woman. And I was like, where are we going?
I support you every morning. What do you mean?
It was all so confusing. Like literally no sentence matched the previous sentence.
Yeah, like
just
that's I don't know what kind of gymnastics that this person is doing in their head to even kind of arrive at these conclusions.
My head just goes to like, even if she just thought that it's not a big deal to steal someone's content, she didn't understand the gravity of that. It would take 0 seconds of being found out and then everyone being like, hey, this is wrong, to be like, dude, my bad. Like, I honestly just I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
I was desperate for money and it was shitty, but it was one of my only options.
Anything but this. What the fuck is this?
Literally, the women empowerment and supporting you is insane.
It's just pure gaslighting. It's like, why don't you appreciate what I did for you? It's like, because you stole my content?
I'm so confused. What what did you offer me exactly?
Yeah, but the unfortunate part about this is, again, now this has prompted a bunch of other fake accounts. Not that that wasn't something she wasn't already dealing with, but now it's even more, and it's just annoying. It's like, be
Hopefully
yourself.
it also got her some like promo, so her actual account got
for
like,
sure
a little boost, but still, fuck, that is insane. I wasn't even gonna comment on her rapping talent, but like, even if she thinks that she's gonna be the next huge #1 R&B artist, you think you're gonna parlay this into that?
Honestly, what's kind of sad is that she had a good flow. Like I was actually kind of feeling it.
It could have been
It's
worse,
not like
definitely.
she was. No, she's not like Ice JJ Fish. Like she's good, and I thought it was kind of a vibe. Except everything else that made me be like, oh, come on, girl, what the fuck are you doing? Like she wasn't offbeat or anything. But anyway, that's that topic. What the fuck even is going on? That was interesting.
How did you find that? You found this through Marky?
I did, yeah. No, I would have never found it otherwise. It's too obscure even for me.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know how you would start to dig into this, because even if like one of the Dopahannes like ones of her ranting like came up on my For You page, I don't think I would have the wherewithal to know to dive in.
I know, and then all roads lead to the diss track. It's just very confusing. Anyway, we can move on to our We Love the Internet segment. Do you want to go first?
I forgot that we do this segment, so I didn't prepare, but let me...
Okay, let's take a minute and scroll through our likes on TikToks.
Exactly.
Oh, I have mine.
That was quick.
I had a few ready, but I wasn't sure which one I wanted to pick. Because again, a lot of the ones that I like are funny, like baby videos, and I'm reluctant to show those. I saw this last night, and I'm curious to know if I was just tired and delusional when I was watching it, or if it was as funny as I remember. It's always a fun game to play.
I'm real life crying right now because I've been debating getting a cat for the past like 4 or 5 months. And for some reason, I decided today, I said, no, I'm going to do it. I went to the animal shelter and I adopted a cat. And I feel like I might have made a mistake.
Oh no. What's happening?
I feel so bad. I shouldn't have got no damn cat because I'm so scared. His nails are so sharp. And he keeps trying to get in my face. And I wouldn't mind him being in my face, except I know that he's going to bite me. I'm a victim in my own home. And my hand is stinging because he's already scratched me so many times. Oh my God, I gotta take him back. And I will volunteer at the shelter and I will donate to them and I will do everything to atone for my sins. I can't do it. I've been living by myself. Now I'm hearing noises and I'm jumping up scared, and I gotta remember I got this damn cat. I don't even know where he is right now. And I don't want to look for him because he's scaring me. My God.
I was waiting for the cat to like leap out of nowhere.
You know what's so funny is that okay, so obviously I was hesitant to show this because rehoming a cat or like getting a cat and then having to give it back,
sad.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
But it is so fucking funny because
Cats can be fucking
she's in
evil.
such distress. Okay, but being a victim in your own home is part of being a cat owner. That's just facts.
When they like stalk you,
they literally are just, why do they do that? Like my cat will wait in the shadows at night. I'll be going to get a glass of water. She'll strike me with her sharp ass claws and I will bleed. Like I will drop blood. And she thinks it's just a fun game.
In college, sophomore year, I went home for a weekend and I had 3 roommates, but 2 of them called me one night and they were like, so if we were to get a cat, and I was like, it's not my cat. I'm not touching it. I'm not feeding it. I'm not cleaning the litter box. It's not mine. I want nothing to do with it, but I'm also not going to be the person that's like, no, you can't get a cat. Well, even if I had, they already had gotten the fucking cat. Guess who ends up having the cat as theirs for the next couple years because they like go abroad and one of them has another roommate that is allergic and it's my cat now. So Biggie Smalls, here's a picture. Honestly, I never had any issues. He never attacked me, but I'm like, now I'm thinking about him. I miss him. R.I.P. He's passed away since. But he literally, with one of the roommates that got him, she's like not a loud person at all, but she has this like, she gets scared easily. So she'd have this really high pitch like, ah! And he would hide behind corners and randomly he'd get in these weird moods. Like he'd be totally normal all the time. But then like late at night, he'd get in this weird fucking mood and he'd hide behind the corner and she'd walk by and he'd just like just strike. Oh my God, she was terrified
just
of him.
Standard practice. The thing is, I think there is a difference. Like my cat Jasmine, she's in the middle of being a cuddly cat and just an insane ass bitch. And she like will come up to me, be sweet, all that stuff. She's not like off the rails all the time. But yeah, they all get into their like hunting hunting hour where they think they're hunting, but then they're playing, and it's just a fucking hot mess. But I had a cat in high school. His name was Boots, and that cat,
My cat growing
was
up
the
was
biggest.
Bootsy.
He had like little white feet.
Yeah, same.
So we called him Boots. Oh my God. He has also since passed, but he was such an asshole. Like he was like always, like not playing biting. Like he wanted to, like he was feral. Like he should have been just a wild cat. You know what I mean? But this was so funny because it's like, I don't know if she actually returned the cat or not, but just her the volunteering thing and that she would donate money.
She'll atone for her sins.
But she's in such distress.
Well, and like cats are unpredictable.
Well, they're super unpredictable, but it's also like, it seems like she wanted a cat. She just had no idea what having a cat is like, because that's very much just regular cat behavior.
There are some cats that are very dog-like and they are cuddly and stuff. Like I remember I had a friend one time that I visited him, and it literally, the cat would like come up to you and just like be looking up, staring at you, and you're like, what's happening? It would leap into your arms because it just wanted to be held like a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Sweetest thing
yeah,
ever.
there's some really sweet
But
cats out there.
There's a lot of cats that are not sweet.
And you know what's crazy? I heard, where did I hear this? Somewhere on the internet, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. But I did hear that cats, I don't know if it's in their pee or something, they like emit this like thing that's very toxic for human brains, and it's like fucks with our brain. It's like a whole condition you can get just from like having a cat around. So it's called like toxic plasmosis or something.
I've never heard of that.
Toxoplasmosis, a disease that results from infection with the toxoplasma parasite. It results from an infection with a common parasite found in cat feces. So like that's why pregnant women and stuff can't change the litter box.
Oh wow, no, I've never heard of that.
And symptoms include muscle pain, fever, and headache, all of which can last for weeks. So I guess it's not a long-term disease, but
oh my God, could you imagine though? You like think you're like dying of cancer or something and it's from cat poop?
I would be so pissed.
Wow.
Anyway, your turn.
I feel so bad for that lady.
I know. She was really, like, she was so sad. But it was making me cry laugh last night. Like,
yeah,
she was so
atoning
distressed.
for her sins really got me. Yeah. Okay, I'll do 2 super short ones. First, this popped up. It's 25.5 million views now. I saw this and I meant to send it to you, but I actually think I saved it so we could do it now. You know the trend where it's like asking a guy to, your boyfriend or a guy to say a girl's name or woman's name?
Can you name a girl's name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gail Lewis.
Who's that?
Period.
Icon.
Is that a girl?
Mm-hmm. I swear to God.
Can you search it up?
I don't need to. I know who it is. That's 2023 megastar. Highest paid athlete, everything.
A girl?
Uh-huh. I swear to God.
Why didn't you say my name?
10-year associate with Walmart, babe.
Who?
I know. 10-year associate with Walmart. I swear to God.
No, but why didn't you say my name?
I was thinking of Gail Lewis.
Who is Gail Lewis?
Huge red flag that she doesn't know who Gail Lewis is.
I didn't know who Gail Lewis was until you told me.
Huge red flag.
I think it's so funny because he very much flipped this whole prank right back on her, and then she was like, wait, who's that? Like,
can I just say, I absolutely hate this trend because if someone, like if my husband was like, name a man, I'd be like, I don't know, Will Smith? Why would I say
like name
Nassim?
someone you're attracted to? Like, it's
yeah,
just
I don't
like,
even call him by his name. It's just weird. I don't know.
Wasn't it like a lot of guys were doing it and they were saying like Hillary Clinton?
Oh yeah, there was one that said Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Like there's just like, you know?
I think it's funny when it's like that, when it's like they all seem to pick the same like random name. The ones that I think are stupid, like when they say like a porn star, I'm like, okay, this has to be fake. Like, come on.
Right?
Okay, so that's a real quick one. But then also, I passed this and I had to watch it 5 times because it entertained me so much.
A smoother and a lower. I think it was like what I liked about it was it kind of came like as like a, she like is like, oh, yeah. This is happening
I want
right
to see
now.
what you just said written on paper.
She's such a freaking bitch. I'm sorry.
She's just like trying to articulate something and she just is saying words.
I think that I would have found that, like, I would have chuckled at that had it been anyone else, but her, and I'm like, your beef with Jeanette McCurdy, Ethan Slater,
Oh, I forget about the Jem McCurdy beef as well.
Pisses me
Yeah.
off so bad.
Like, it's just, I think I identify with both of them because I'm
Right,
like, what the fuck are you saying? But then I also am like, I don't make sense a lot of the time. So I get it. I'll just throw in a third for, third one's a charm. Have you heard of Neil the Seal?
I have, because so many people wanted us to cover this.
So I feel like this is for you guys. I had come across like individual, just like one-off instances of him, but then I saw this one and it's kind of a compilation of all of them. So I feel like it's good to, it's 15.3 million views.
If you need a rabbit hole to go down, I'm currently on Neil the Seal TikTok. Neil is this elephant seal from Tasmania. If you don't know where Tasmania is, it's a little island next to Australia. Well, it's part of Australia. Everyone in this town recognizes him. He just antagonizes the people of this town. It's so funny. Look at that little face. He doesn't mean any harm. Here he is fighting with a road divider. He frequently sleeps in the street. People have to miss work because Neil will be sleeping right behind their car.
That's the first one I ever saw. It was someone saying they called into work because they couldn't pull out of their driveway because he wouldn't move.
Oh my gosh,
So they have to call into work and be like, oh, Neil is behind my car and he won't move. Here is someone telling Neil to get off someone's porch. He doesn't like that very much. He's not Neil when he's hungry, okay? Just give him a Snickers. Neil, what are you doing? How did you even... Okay, this one I just wanted in here because I thought Neil napping on a traffic cone was so cute. Look at him. He doesn't mean any harm. Just let him be. But then I saw one video of him. I don't know where he's napping, but the people want to kick him out. So they take tarps. This looks like a board of some sort. And then a stick or like the end of a broom. And they force him out. Look at Neil. He's like, this is barbaric. I have rights. So then they push Neil all the way out to sea. And he refuses to go back into the ocean. He's like, no. You can't make me. You don't own this island. But then they're not budging, so Neil's like, fine, I'll just take a nap here. Neil's trying to wait it out, but they are not budging. This is Neil.
I don't know anything about seals, so I'm just like, do they exist this much on land? Like, he seems very far away from the water right now.
I think he's a domesticated king. I don't know why he's doing that. I don't think that's common.
And also, I have to ask, like, is he mean? Like, I see them doing, like, the tarp thing. Is that because you're not supposed to touch them, or because he's gonna, like, bite you?
Definitely seems like a biter. I don't know, but I'm just getting the vibes. I wouldn't approach him.
They're not typically aggressive towards humans. In rare cases, they've been known to cause injury or even death if they feel threatened or provoked.
That's
yeah,
Neil.
I probably
That's
wouldn't touch Neil then. Yeah. I don't know. I'd be curious that, like, what if someone, like, befriended Neil and, like, suddenly he was their pet?
I think he's everyone's pet. You know what's really wholesome about this is that I do feel like if you put this in any other place except Tasmania,
that, like, animal control would have, like, put him somewhere. But I guess they do keep trying to put him back in the water and he just keeps coming back out.
No, they wouldn't have tried to put him in the water. They would have tried to put him in a zoo, and if he was too much of a hazard, like, literally in the US, they would have killed him.
Put him down,
like,
yeah.
I
Sure.
think.
You're right.
So it's nice to see him thriving and causing havoc. So those of you that wanted us to cover Neil the Seal, there he is. Honestly, it's funny, but I'm glad he's not in my town. I'll let that be known. If I'm trying to go get Chipotle and Neil the Seal's behind my fucking car, we're gonna have an issue, buddy.
I think it would very much go from funny to, like, obnoxious as fuck real fast. Especially, it's like, if you could pet him, that'd be one thing. But, like, if he's, like, angry and he's blocking things.
Yeah, you
like,
approach him, he's like, like, you know the noises that seals make.
Anyway, that's it. We love the internet.
That was a good one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I feel like it was a whiplash episode. I was like, huh? But nothing too dark or anything weird. So that was a win in my book.
Yeah, I honestly, there's a lot going on. So if you're like, why didn't you prepare more? It's because we're really busy.
We're trying our best. No, I think this was a good one. Anyway, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you as always. I hope you had a good weekend. And yeah, we'll see you on Friday.
Bye.
Bye.